Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and check it out, new craft mat. This is a Glassboard Studio true white craft mat and it's really fabulous. So I am so grateful and lucky that Glassboard Studio reached out to me and asked if they could send me one to try out and share my thoughts with you. So this video is going to be a first look at it. So really haven't used it, crafted on it at all. Basically, all I've done is replaced my silicone mat, which is what I've been using as my craft mat, and had to take a little moment to kind of redo the lighting. It's still not perfect. It's casting a lot of shadows, but that's something that maybe I'll work on over the next few weeks, as you're going to see this pretty much in every video because it is my crafting surface. And so I hope to, over the next 3 or 4 weeks, really put it through its paces, use it as if I, was crafting every day with it, but maybe leverage some of the things that make this glass board unique that maybe I couldn't do on my silicone mat before. So one of the things that I did not know about these glassboard craft mats is that the entire back of this is lined with metal. So what that means is that this entire surface, and mine happens to be 18 by 24, but you can get these in multiple different sizes, the whole thing is actually magnetic. So these are pond magnets, which are also sold at Glassboard Studio, and they are really strong rare earth magnets, and they are perfect for holding down your projects. Maybe you're doing some stenciling and you want to hold down your stencil. They do come sold in a set of 3 or a set of 8. They come in a variety of different colors, including a rainbow color pack. I think I might actually pick up another pack of... I'll probably go for another 8-pack, because then I can have like maybe multiple projects, because this is, my camera is kind of close and only showing you a portion of it, so there's more off to all sides of this, so I could potentially be working on multiple different projects, having something dry off camera while I continue working on something else here. And it might be nice to have multiple sets of magnets to kind of hold it in place. And so that's something that I never knew about these glassboard craft mats. The fact that they're magnetic is pretty cool. It's one of the reasons why I like using my make art station, because it does have those magnets, and similarly it has the gridded lines. So I kind of feel like, because every once in a while you see me bring on my make art station, and I use these magnets not just for things like stenciling, but also for things like kind of dry fitting or doing like a little addition as I move things around on my card. So as I figure out, the things, placement for certain elements on my card, I'll maybe just put a magnet on it, and that way I haven't committed to gluing it down, but I can kind of see what it would look like if it was there. And so I feel like this would take the place of my make art station, which I only rarely bring out, but the fact that it's kind of built into my craft space now is pretty cool. It's got all the grid lines that you would expect, so there are lines that are heavier weight that mark the center. And then the next heaviest weight line is 1 inch apart, and then the finest or the thinnest line is 1/4 of an inch. And then along your center line, there's even tick marks for 1/8 of an inch. So really cool, great for just like at a glance being able to line it up is really nice. I like that they use different line weights. Then there's like these little registration marks for your popular card sizes. So if you want to center a panel, the smallest here is USA 2, and you have that in portrait and you have it in landscape. And some of these other ones, I'm guessing there's a slim line. I'm guessing there's a 5x7, it looks like. So lots of different options for your popular card sizes. So that's really great. The Glassboard does come with this on here, but it peels off really easily. And you do want to read this because it's going to give you some suggestions for how to maintain it and some things just to note as you use it. So the glass itself is 1/4 of an inch thick, so it's really heavy duty. The whole thing is pretty heavy. It does have like rubber feet at the bottom to prevent it from slipping and sliding, and it's heavy enough to where it's going to stay put where you put it. And one of the things that they mention here is that it's kind of mentioned a couple times actually, is that this surface is just glass at the end of the day, so it can be scratched. So any materials, any stones or anything that are harder than glass has the potential of scratching it. So a classic example is diamonds. So if you wear a diamond ring, you might want to be a little bit cautious as you work with your glass mat or work on your glass mat, because your diamond jewelry or other jewelry could have a stone that's actually harder than glass and scratch it. However, this is meant to be a cutting surface, so you can cut on it because metal is not harder than glass. So you can cut on this surface, but I won't be doing that, mostly because I don't like cutting onto glass. It has the tendency to dull your cutting blade faster. So I'll still be bringing like a cutting mat whenever I go to cut something. But that's just me. If you like cutting onto a glass mat, you can definitely do that. And that wouldn't scratch your glass. You just don't want to be pushing down super hard on it. And that's the case for anytime you're cutting with a craft knife or anything sharp. I mean, you really want to keep your blades nice and sharp so that you don't have to exert a lot of force, because it's when you exert a lot of force that you might slip. And particularly with cutting onto glass, you definitely want to be cautious of your blade slipping as you cut into it. So it is meant to be a surface that you can cut onto. But as I mentioned, I won't be doing that, but that's just personal choice. The other thing is that this is heat resistant. It's not heat proof. So just like this is scratch resistant and not scratch proof, it can withstand some heat. So for example, if you are maybe doing some heat embossing, or if you want to dry a watercolor panel with your heat gun, that should be totally okay. But if you're using, say, like a vinyl, like the mini heat press that I have that I sometimes use for my vinyl transfer projects, I wouldn't put my iron heat press directly onto this. I would still want to actually have something under this to protect it. And so just be aware that there are some limitations, but otherwise it's a very durable surface. It's easy to clean. Even if you mark this with like a permanent marker like a Sharpie, you can clean that off with just like a little bit of alcohol. Otherwise, just water, a soft cloth or towel should wipe away any mess. And that's kind of nice because then you don't have to worry too much about having to put down some scrap paper or something to protect your surface. You don't have to go through a lot of things like that. Or the magnets are really nice too, because then you don't have to use masking tape or washi tape to hold things down. You can just use your magnets. So I feel like it's going to help with reducing a lot of the need for some of those other things. And I think the fact that the whole thing is magnetic is really, really awesome. Again, that was something that I didn't know until I started to look into this more for this video. So I'm excited for that, and I definitely want to order some more of these pond magnets. And speaking of, I will leave links to everything in the description box below, including a 20% off discount code. So Glassboard Studio was kind enough to create me a custom discount code that I can pass on to you. So please do take advantage of that if you'd like to shop anything at Glassboard Studio, and that way you'll get a nice discount. The links in my description box will be affiliate links, so that means if you do happen to use them, then I'll get a small commission for that sale, and that comes at no cost to you. And in fact, if you use my coupon code, then you can get 20% off. And the last thing I do want to mention is the size of the glass board. So it does come in 5 different sizes. I have 18 by 24 inches, which I think is a really nice, very standard size, because that was the same size as the silicone mat that I was using from scrapbook.com. So it's a really nice size for me, very comfortable size to craft on, and pretty generous. It actually kind of expands beyond what you see on camera. So that's kind of nice. I can sort of tuck things off camera, but still keep in view a nice tidy area for you as I film my videos. And as well, they do have sizes all the way down to 9 by 12 and all the way up to 36 by 48. So lots of different options there. The color options are true white, which is what I have. There's a gray and there's a black. So those are your sort of your standard options, but as well, it looks like they've been releasing some different designs every month. And January was this gorgeous Northern Lights one. They did a giveaway on Instagram, and I was so jealous because Kendra won it, and she's been featuring it in her videos, and it looks gorgeous. So that was January. February was daisies, and I'm curious to see what comes in March, because I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. And that's basically all I have to share at this moment. I'll be back with a more in-depth video. You'll see me working on this for pretty much all of my videos for the next 3 to 4 weeks, and then I'll come back and give you my opinion. And who knows, if I love it, maybe this will be my setup moving forward. And if it's not working out for me, then you'll know, because I will have switched back to my black silicone mat. So it'll be pretty obvious what I think about it. So I'm kind of looking forward to playing with this over the next 3 or 4 weeks. This is the first time I'm crafting on a glass mat, so I'm curious myself what I'll be thinking of it as I get to use it more. Thanks so much for catching my video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye!